Hey guys, Josh here with Wizard's World. This is going to be one of my first videos, and this video is just going to show how to install the Nokia Virtual Service Router, or VSR, on Eve Next Generation. So as you can see here, I'm logged into Eve. For some reason I'm logged on the legacy Eve. Let me log out and see if it corrects that. It shows HTML5. Oops. Oh, it still shows legacy. Maybe that's fine. So right now we only have a couple of VMs in this Eve instance, and I would like to add the Nokia Virtual Service Router to this instance. Virtual Service Router is not a free product, it's a paid for product that Nokia offers, and so any licensing and obtaining the files needs to be done through the proper channels. You know, I work with Nokia routers, and my image was provided to me by the Nokia sales representatives. So there's a document that I'm going to work through that helps to get this installed. And one of the first steps is to do apt-get update, apt-get upgrade, and then to SCP the files or the QCOW image to Eve. So we're going to do that now. Let's SCP the image. Oh my goodness, can I type? That's not right. There we go. So I'm going to SCP that to root at eveng.wiz. Maybe. Doesn't like it. I'm going to do it manually. QCOW to root at eveng.wiz. Oh, I know why. Colon. There. Alright, we're sending it. Anything I do here, I'm just really doing this off the cuff. I'm not using a script. I haven't rehearsed this too much, so when I make mistakes, you know, I apologize for that. But I've been a network engineer now for about 3.5 years, and I'm still learning a lot of things. I came from a different career path. I was more of a telecommunications technician, layer 1. I worked for AT&T for 12 years, and I changed my career recently, 3.5, 4 years ago. And ever since then, I've been on the path of trying to learn about a lot of these technologies, layer 2, layer 3, where I spent a long time at layer 1. Okay. So we've now moved the file, so let's SSH back over there. See what we have. There's the QCOW. So we can begin with some of these commands right here. We're just going to have to sub that, like that. Oh. The ln-s makes symbolic links. This is needed for TimOS because the different modules. See how one is for the first one is for the CPM, and the second one is for the IOM. So just the way that this works, normally you have two different VMs. You have a CPM VM and an IOM VM, and they're linked inside of Eve in order to make one router, you actually have two images. But that's not the way that I prefer. Some people prefer it that way. When you use it that way, I think you can have more cards with the router. You can do a lot more cards. So, but the way I use it the integrated VSR, where they're integrated into one router image. I just like the way, primarily I like the way that it looks, and I'll show you that later. Okay. Oh, this is just totally wrong. Don't need that either. That looks good. So now we've moved the files. So next thing to do is to fix the permissions. Fixing the permissions. Then this is pretty interesting. The next step is to add the license to the image. So guest fish is a way to log into a latent virtual disk and make changes to the virtual disk. So we're going to use guest fish to basically add the license to the image, which is pretty handy. There's other ways to get the license in there. You can spin it up, and you have enough basic commands. You can move the license into the image with FTP. There's different ways to get it there, but this method is actually really cool. Once the license is in there, now it's embedded into the image, which is, you don't have to worry about each time you spawn a new one, adding a new license every single time. So we're going to guest fish into the virtual hard drive, which is hda.qcow2. We get this prompt, we do the run command. Run command takes a little bit. Mount. Oops. No. What was wrong with my no? Incorrect number of, yeah. So I gotta go back. You can see that my mount command had an error because I did not end it like this. Then so got a little sloppy there and did a couple commands without the correct syntax. Now we can actually VI the license. So we did a touch command to create the file LIC, and now we can VI the license. So once you're into VI, you press I to go into insert mode and license. You put your license in here. So wherever you got your license from, hopefully, yeah, from Nokia, this is where you paste it basically. So I'm going to quit without saving, maybe. No, quit without saving, because I already messed this file up. Okay, so now I'm going to VI the license. I'm going to pause the video and put my license in there, and then start the video back up. So hang on. Okay guys, I've finished the license. So right there you see I is for insert. So you go into insert mode, and then you can paste the license in. And it says, then you hit escape to exit insert mode. And then when you hit the colon, you can hit exclamation point to close and save the file, or I do WQ exclamation point. And now we're done with guest fish. So we've added the license to the image, the default image. And okay, so this part, you need to modify the template. By modifying the template, it means that you save yourself a lot of configuration each time you spin up a new VM. It uses that template to select basic options. And I have a template. I'll bring the template over in a second. Okay. So this is what the template looks like. Licenses are paired with UUIDs. That HDA QCOW2 probably has a specific UUID. It's kind of like a identifier, a virtual identifier for that VM, and so for the license to function properly, you have to have the UID correct. So this is an example of some configuration options for the VSR, and so this is going to be the SR12 chassis, and it shows you it's got a CPM5 card. You can change these and card it all kinds of different ways. So if you look up in the VSR manual, you can find all kinds of different ways to card these things. But this is a way that I know that works, so we're just going to leave it at that and continue with what we're doing here. So let's see. So to install the template, if I can type, let's see what this looks like. Okay, so there's already a template here. Let's do a stare and compare and see how it compares to ours. It has no Timos line at all, so this is like a default. So I'm gonna try to get rid of a bunch of this stuff. I'm not super great with Vim. Let's just get rid of this stuff. Let's come back up here. Come over here. And we're going to copy this. And let's see. A whole bunch of lines here. I don't know. I don't know if that matters. Well, I could. Gotta delete the lines, but I don't know how. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna leave it. Let's see if it works. Okay, I'm gonna write this file. I'm gonna exit this. I'm just gonna leave that for now. We're gonna come back to here, and now when we go node, you have the CPM, the IOM, and the VSR. We got, looked like the template loaded because it did declare 6144 megs of RAM, and so we're just going to save that, and we're going to start that VM. And there we go, we're booting. All right, so that's how you install a virtual service router in Eve Next Generation. In my next video, I'm going to start configuring this router and adding some more routers and trying to get up to where I have some service assurance tests working, and then get some automation going. So hope you enjoyed this video, and take care. Bye.